Good morning, everybody. So after going through the pin diagram of 8051 in the last class, today let us see the architecture of 8051. 8051 is an 8-bit microprocessor. That is, processing ability of 8051 is 8-bit. That is the concept. That is, CPU can work only 8 bits of the data at a time. What do you mean by 8051 is an 8-bit microprocessor? The CPU can work only 8 bits of the data at a time. How actually the CPU works with the 8 bits of data? What do you mean by an instruction? How the instruction is executed? All those things in the last class we had seen. In general, how actually a set of instructions are stored in the memory. After the instructions are stored in the memory, while the processor is executing the instruction, it is executing in a step-by-step manner. First, the instructions are fetched. After the instructions are fetched, it is copied into a register called as instruction register. After the instruction register, it is given to instruction decoder. In instruction decoder, it is decoded. Once the instruction is decoded, processor comes to know which type of the instruction it is. Based on that, the data required for the instruction is fetched. Then an enable signal is given to arithmetic and logic unit. The particular operation is performed. Once the operation is performed, the phase is still called as the execution phase. Then the result is stored back into the destination. This is how an instruction is executed. That we have seen. So instruction execution phases. What are the instruction execution phases? Let us list that. So it is first, number one, instruction fetch. You also write. I am writing you see now. Instruction fetch. After the instruction is fetched, instruction decode. Instruction decode. Next, instruction data fetch. Next one is data fetch. Fourth one is instruction execute. Fifth one is store back the result. Store back the result. Store back the result. It's very important. Store back the result. So these are the instruction execution phases. That is, set of instructions are stored in the memory. One by one instruction is executed. How? First instruction is fetched. Once the instruction is fetched, Once the instruction is fetched, it is copied into instruction decoder. Once the instruction is fetched, it is copied into instruction register first. After instruction register, it is copied into instruction decoder. Instruction decoder. This instruction decoder will decode the instruction. This will decode the instruction. Afterwards, required data is fetched. After the required data is fetched, what you have to do? You have to enable the arithmetic and logic unit to execute the instruction. Once the instruction is executed, then the results obtained are copied into the actual destination. So this is the instruction execution phases of a general processor. This is the summary of the things what we have discussed in the last class. So now, so 8051 is a 8-bit processor. The CPU can work with only 8 bits of the data at a time. So answer your attendance, please, all of you. 52 members joined. Answer your attendance by typing "send sir." Okay, there was a question whether the starting register and the results where you have copied, is it same? Don't confuse, once the instructions are fetched, it is into a copied into an instruction register. See, results are copied into the destination based on the instruction in which the particular instruction, suppose add A comma B is a fictitious instruction. Very good question. So like that, if the question comes, we will be very happy. All of you answer the attendance. If you don't answer the attendance, you will not, your attendance will not be marked. So the question was whether whatever the last instruction for the register, what you are used at the beginning and the last is same, you are asking. No, it cannot be same. See, instruction register is a different register. It is a register which is not accessible to the user. It is inside the processor, which is used by the processor to copy the instruction which has been fetched. Before it is transferred to the decoder, it will be kept there. It is a temporary buffer register. The output in the store back phase, the output will be copied into a register which is indicated in the instruction. For example, add A comma B is an instruction, fictitious instruction. I don't say it is from microcontroller. So then what is the meaning? Add the contents of A and B and copy the result into register A. That is the meaning of this instruction. So finally, the result will be copied into register A. For example, another instruction is there. Add R1, R2, R3. This is also some instruction is there in some microprocessors, microcontroller. Such instructions are also there. Then 3 registers are indicated. Meaning is add the content of R2 and R3, copy the result into R1. This is the meaning. So based on the instruction, based on the processor manufacturer's, the way the processor manufacturer has done it, based on his manual, the results will be copied into the registers. Hope I have answered. Those who asked that question, please ping back whether you have understood whatever I said. 4JN EC029 has asked that question. So, okay, yes, sir, fine. So this is the thing. So now, without wasting much of our time, 8051 has 128 bytes of RAM on chip, 4K bytes of the ROM, 2 timers, 1 serial port, 4 IO ports, each of 8 bits, and 6 interrupt sources. Please note down this. We are discussing the architecture of microcontroller. I am going very slowly. You can even note down also. 8051 contains on-chip RAM. What is the size of the on-chip RAM? 128 bytes of the RAM, 4K bytes of the on-chip ROM, 2 timers, 1 serial port, 4 IO ports, each of 8 bits wide, and 6 interrupt sources. So this is the components present inside the 8051 architecture. This particular 8051 by Intel or by Philips or many manufacturers, many vendors, they have been introduced in the year 1981. So 8051 become very popular after allowing other manufacturers make and market any flavor of 8051, but remaining code compatible. Okay. So this is the architecture. This is the architecture. You can just see on-chip ROM for storing the code, on-chip RAM, timers, 0 and timer 1, serial port, 4 IO ports, each of 8-bit wide, and a clock circuit, that OSC oscillator, a crystal oscillator seen 11.059 megahertz, which is connected. So it is a clock circuit which you are seeing the below CPU, and 6 interrupt sources, external sources. So this is how the 8051 architecture is shown. It's very important. '8051 is a subset of 8052. Even 8031 is also there. It is having the ROM which is less than 8051. We can add external ROM to it, 8031. So you can see this table. Very important table. You just concentrate only on the first column. ROM 4K, RAM 128 bytes, 2 timers, 32 IO pins, that is 4 ports. Serial port is 1, 6 interrupt sources. In case of 8052, you can just see 8K ROM, 256 byte of RAM, 3 timers, IO pins are same, serial port is only 1, like 8051, interrupt sources are 8. In 8031, there is no on-chip ROM, 0, only RAM is there. 2 timers, 32 IO ports, pins. Serial IO port is 1, 6 interrupt sources, that is same. Just a comparison of 8051, 8052 and 8053. Just for your information, very important. So once that is fine, once that is done, now let us see in detail the architecture of 8051. Detailed architecture. Detailed architecture. Hope it's visible to you. Please ping back. Is it visible? Please ping back whether the screen is visible. Detailed architecture I am projecting. Is it visible? Okay. So now you can just see 8051 contains an arithmetic and logic unit. I am explaining it from the left side, arithmetic and logic unit. It is connected with registers A and B, a program counter, two this data pointer register, DPTRs, DPH and DPL, each of 8-bit. And you can just see there is a PSW, program status word. So when I had explained the general processor diagram, I told you flag register or a processor status word, PSW, all of you note down. Flag registers, another name is processor status word, which reflects the result of any arithmetic and logical operation. Special function registers, which is present in the RAM, a ROM of 4 kilobyte. You can just see right side, 4 ports, port 0, port 1, port 2, port 3. Always, before the data is transferred into a port, it is copied into the latch inside. So you can just see 4 8-bit latches also there. And when I had explained the pin diagram, I said port 0 is doing a multiplexed job. What is multiplexing? A pin is doing more than one task at different time slots. That is the definition of multiplexing. So in a particular slot, or it may be first slot T0, port 0 transmits address information together with port 2. Port 0 transmits lower byte of the address. Port 2 transmits higher bytes of the address. You know, addressing ability of 8051 microcontroller is 64K, 65,536. So, how many address lines are there? 16 address lines are there. 16 address lines are there. So there was a question there. Let us answer that question. What was the question? Why 8051 is used than 8052 since it is more efficient than 8051? Okay. In a sense, 8051 has become more familiar. The reason is, rather than having more on-chip ROM, see, in case of 8052, it was having 8K of on-chip ROM. Other than that, everything was the same. So, ROM is necessary to have the program code. So, even though you are having more RAM, it was not beneficial for performing a pilot job. So that is why 8051 has become more popular. 4K was sufficient. 4K was more than sufficient for storing the program code. Anyway, for storing the data, your 128 bytes of RAM, in the 8052 it was having 256 bytes of RAM. Your question is very valid, but the industries started using 8051 because of the cost aspect. Because of the cost aspects, as the number of components, the size increased, the cost was increased. Naturally, for doing a pilot task, 4K ROM and 128 bytes of RAM was sufficient. That is why it has become more popular. It is not efficient. It has become popular than 8051. So that is the answer. Hope I have answered your question partly, at least. It's not 8052 is efficient, fine, but 8051 has become popular because of the cost aspect. 8052 is efficient, I agree. Hope I have answered your question. Okay. Okay, Chandana, is it okay? Can I move for the, yeah. So now, as I was telling you, in the first slot, T0, port 0 and port 2 transmits the address information of 16-bit. In the next slot, port 0 transmits the data. That is how your port 0 is doing a multiplexed job in different time slots. Port 1 is doing it as used as a general purpose IO. Port 3 is used for different other facilities like interrupt, counters, timers, serial data, read and write control, all those things. So that is about the ports. If you come down in the second row or in the diagram, you can just say it is having 4 register banks. Register bank 0 to register bank 3. Each and every bank is having 8 registers, each of 8-bit. So totally 32 registers are there. And about that, remaining bytes, 96 bytes, for example, 1 out of 128 bytes. So 38 into 8 has become 64. I'm sorry. Another 64 bytes are used as byte or bit addressable memory. Byte or bit addressable memory called as scratchpad RAM. Scratchpad RAM. So I'm talking about this part, internal RAM structure. We'll be discussing it separately. Internal RAM structure. In the internal RAM, you are having 4 register banks, each of 8 registers. 8 into 4 becomes 32. The remaining portion, that is 128 minus 32. How much it is? 128 minus 32. It is 96 bytes. It is used as the scratchpad RAM. We will see it in a different class. Complete internal structure of the RAM. Next, it is having system timers and the interrupts, different systems. Here's timing and control unit, left side, leftmost second row. You can just see my mouse movement. Yeah, this one I'm talking about. This one. It is timing and control unit. It is containing system timing, system interrupts, timers, data buffers, and memory control. So this one, which is having the pins, address latch enables, EA bar, PSEN, XTAL1, XTAL2, where your crystals are connected, reset circuit, etc. So this is the complete architecture of 8051. If architecture question is asked, you should write this diagram. So this PPT also I am going to post in the Google Classroom. Please mark that. So 8051 architecture consists of these specific features. It is an 8-bit CPU with registers A and B. It is having an internal RAM of 4 kilobytes. It is having a 16-bit program counter. What is the job of the program counter? In the last class we have seen program counter is a pointer register which is pointing or which is having the address of the next instruction to be executed. So even I would write that and I will project you what is a program counter. I would put it in a different color. What is a program counter? I'll write the definition here. Program counter is a 16-bit pointer register. Program counter is a 16-bit pointer register. Which contains the address of next instruction to be executed. It's very important. Program counter is a 16-bit pointer register which contains address of the next instruction to be executed. It is a auto increment register. One more point. It is a auto increment register. It is a auto increment register. Auto increment register. Very, very important. Another 10 minutes I have. It is having an internal RAM of 128 bytes, 8-bit program status word. Program status word means PSW, flag register. With flag register always, or program status word always reflects the result of the previous arithmetic and logical operation. So you can even write the definition of program counter. Very important. Sorry, program status word. Program status word. What is program status word? PSW. It is also called as flag register. It reflects the result of previous arithmetic and logical operation. Arithmetic and logical operation. Very important. Previous arithmetic and logical operation. So that is called as PSW. It is a flag register. Suppose the previous register results is a 0, then 0 flag will be active, like that. Two 16-bit counter or timers, two 16-bit timers are there, 4 8-bit ports are there, 3 internal interrupts and 2 external interrupts. Note down very clearly. Control register, oscillator and clock circuit. So these are all the various components of 8051 architecture. It is an 8-bit CPU with registers A and B, that is 8-bit CPU in the sense it having an arithmetic logic unit, ALU, which can process 8 bits at a time. Internal RAM of 4 kilobytes, 16-bit program counter and a data pointer register, DPTR. We will see it later why DPTR is used. Internal RAM of 128 bytes, 8 bits flag register, 2 16-bit counters timers, 4 8-bit IO ports, 3 internal interrupts and 2 external interrupts, control register, that is control register is present in the control unit, and a oscillator and the clock circuit. Now let us see about A and B register. 8051 contains 34 general purpose or working registers. That only I told you, register banks, 4 register banks, each of A containing 8 registers, so it's 32. plus 2. Two of these registers are A and B. The immediate result is always stored in the accumulator register A for the next operation. A means accumulator. Always the immediate result is stored in the accumulator register A. The B register is just used for multiplication and division operation, which requires more register spaces for the product of the multiplication and the quotient and the remainder of the division. So B register is always used in case of the multiplication and divide instruction. Very important. B register is always used in multiplication and division operation. So this is about A and B registers. Program status word PSW contains flags. User program flag F0 and the register select bits that identify which of the 4 general purpose register banks is currently in use. The math flags includes mathematical operations, carry, auxiliary carry, overflow, parity. So now you can just see this is the PSW diagram. You can just see program status word diagram. It is an 8-bit register. CSW 0, rightmost. CSW 0 is PSWs are PSW 0 is parity, PSW 1 is not used, PSW 2 is overflow flag, PSW 3 is and PSW 4 are register bank select. I have shown you, you are having 4 register bank. Which register bank is in use? That depends upon the contents of RS1 and RS0. RS1, RS0 is 00 means it is bank 0. 01 is bank 1, 10 is bank 2, 11 is bank 3. PSW.5 is a flag 0 which is available for general purpose usage. PSW6 is auxiliary carry flag. PSW7 is carry flag. So this is the details of flag register of 8 bits. Program status word. So you can just see here. See, I told you, RS1, RS0 is 00 is register bank 0. What is the address range? 00 to 07. 01 is register bank 1. Address range is 08 to 0F. 10 is register bank 2. What is the address range? 10 to 17. Register bank 1, 3 is 11, 18 to 1F. So 20 H bytes or 32 bytes is of the your 128 byte RAM is used for register banks. Which bank is in operation? That depends upon the status of RS1 and RS0. Note that by default, always we will be using register bank 0 in every of the instructions, every of the program. We are using register bank 0. We are using register bank 0. So I told you already, I don't know whether you have answered your attendance. Those who have not answered your attendance, answer it once again. We are having another last 2 minutes. So 8051 oscillator circuit. 8051 requires external oscillator circuit. The oscillator circuit is usually around 12 megahertz. That is 11.0592 megahertz. Crystal generates so many pulses, 12M or 11.0592 pulses in 1 second. A machine cycle is minimum amount that must take to execute a machine code. So a machine cycle comprises of 12 pulses. So we shall see in the next class. Very important concept. We shall see it in the next class. We shall continue in the next class. And Google Lab, for the lab, Google Classroom is already created by Abhijit N. He will be taking today the lab, how the tool demo of the microcontroller lab. Every of you must attend. Okay, we will be posting the information later.